Hi. Oh, I just counted the days and I've forgotten what they were. I think it's 18. Yeah, I think it's 18. Day 18. Oh, and I'm having trouble holding my iPad again. I should have just gone and sat in the front. I'm relaxing in the... I'm not relaxing at all because I'm holding this fucking thing. I'm relaxing in the back of the car while I'm not doing dodgy things like recording videos. Day 18, completely raw day, like completely raw today. And sort of, I don't know, a tough day today, one way or another. My kids are going through some quite challenging stuff, and being a caring parent, what parent doesn't care? Oh, dodgy. Being a caring parent, obviously it makes it challenging for me as well, but you know, it's their challenges. But I feel them. Yeah, and so I don't know. They're going through challenging times. I'm going through a challenging time. I am feeling like I have spent the last 22 years plus caring for my kids, which is right. That's right and proper. But before that, a good deal of my brain space was taken up by caring for my mum, not physically caring for her at that time, but her expectation of me, or my expectation of her expectation of me, or my interpretation of her expectation of me was that I had to be there 24/7 for her. And that's what I felt like I did, and that's what I felt like I should do. It kind of ruined my marriage, and then caused a little bit of difficulty in my next relationship. And just, yeah, she occupied a massive part of my brain, and now my kids do. And I feel like I feel like I don't have a life of my own. I think I have mentioned before that that's how I feel. And the time that I am spending on trying to have a life of my own, like I'm trying to, am I actually trying to? A lot of my brain space is taken up by the fact that I am trying to build up my business. But honestly, I'm directionless. I don't know how to do it, and my ADHD makes me completely unfocused, and so I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. And when I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. At the moment I'm trying to build a website, but I'm not trying to build a website. Basically, I'm trying to decide how to build a website. And I have no idea. So I haven't even picked a web builder come host, which they should be the same company, I think. And I've spent a lot of time trying to decide out which would be best, and they all cost money, and I have no money of my own, so I can't invest in that. And this is a complete fucking ramble. But anyway, I'm just blethering, spewing out the shit that's going on in my head. I want to sort out my girls' problems. I want some independence. I want to feel like I have a purpose. I want to feel like I have a purpose. I want to feel like some of my time is well spent. I'm really sorry about the moving camera. Yeah, I want to feel like I have a purpose. I don't really feel like my being a parent is a purpose at the moment, because I don't really feel that particularly valued. My kids are at the point where they're trying to be independent, and that's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, of course it is. But they're in between being independent and not, and so, you know, my time and focus is still very much taken up with them, one way or another. And I've said before, we live down a stupid country lane. Not a stupid country, a beautiful country lane. We live down a beautiful country lane, but it means that we're like a half-hour walk from public transport, which they don't want to do, especially if it's muddy, rainy, icy, whatever. So anyway, this is a complete ramble. But anyway, my point, I think, that the reason I'm saying all of this is that I am in a fucking horrible mood. I'm in a really shit, crappy, despondent, depressed, hopeless, pessimistic mood. And normally in this kind of mood, I'd be reaching for the crisps and the chocolate and the cake and the cooked food, even at meal times. You know, I'd be overeating on lovely starch and stodge, and I'm not doing any of that. And I don't feel annoyed that I'm not doing any of that, to be honest. I feel it's great that I'm not doing any of that. There's a part of me that's been thinking, what's the bloody point? I've been so low today, I've actually had suicide on the brain. Not that I would ever. I love my kids too much. Not that people who do that don't love the kids, but, okay, I'm not that desperate yet. But yeah, it's a place that my brain goes often. Like when I feel down or angry or negative or whatever, quite often my head goes to escape, run away, and it's the ultimate running away, isn't it? And that's where, so like when I'm at my worst, that's what I think about. I find it interesting that I'm actually focusing on stuff that's not weight normally. Normally I'm obsessed with that, and I have been pondering that the past few days, the kind of how long will it take me to lose all this weight? But it's not the point. It really isn't the point. The point actually is not even health or physical health anyway. It's a big part of it, but I think mental health and spiritual health ends up being a huge part of your focus and purpose when you take the ultimate diet step and go raw. Anyway, what did I say it was? Day 18. Christ, is it really 18? It is. The food's going well. The mental health currently is really not going well. But I think that's part of the process. The part of the process is actually facing what is true and what is real and where you are and what your purpose is. And I kind of at the moment don't really know the answer to any of those things. My purpose has been to get my girls to a point where they're independent and I was going to say happy, but actually happy becomes not my responsibility ultimately. You know, my purpose has probably been to get them to adulthood, and in that we're very nearly there. Then I suppose it's to enable them to be self-dependent. And that I don't really know. I'm codependent. I'm a codependent person and trying very hard to deal with that. It's part of my part of why I'm focused on building my business. My business, by the way, is art. I'm an artist. I'm a painter and a drawer and a maker and a fiddler and a creative altogether. At one time I would have liked to make a living singing or acting, but very early on I was informed by my lovely mother that was not a possibility for me, so I took that on as a belief. This is another rabbit hole, so I'm not going to go down that, but yeah, ultimately, raw food wise, I'm doing really well. The rest wise, not so much. But like I said, yeah, normally I'd be diving head first into a bag of crap just in order to, you know, or in order not to feel the feelings that I'm feeling and thinking the thoughts that I'm thinking. You know, recently, for the last sort of 10 years, I would have dived into a bag of crap. Before that, I would have been eating crap and drinking myself into oblivion. And before that, I'd have been smoking myself, just getting stoned to avoid it all. And I haven't got those vices. And yeah, so that's how I am. And the light's fading. And if you're still here, if you're still watching, then bless you for sticking it out this far. I don't think I would have. What a miserable recording. But you know, it's the fact of life when you're overcoming an addiction, I think, isn't it? Depression is part of the process. I feel black and gloomy and hopeless, but I guess at some point I'll rally and try and focus on what really matters and try and make some progress there. Thanks for keeping me company.